Okay, now we're on. La 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 la.
I'm not kidding. I checked it 5 minutes before this.
Welcome to the Nerdish live stream. Since Jurre is not here, I'm taking over the intro. Are you back?
What's that?
Oh, guys, you get a lens job. Look at that. You're so pretty now. Wait, we are so pretty now.
That looks a little bit better.
We are super awkward today.
Welcome to our Sunday live stream. I'm just going to forget about like trying to even say hashtag Nerdist Live in one sentence because that just doesn't work.
Are you just doing the 2-minute intro so I can check my panorama picture I just took?
No. No.
Oh, they're fighting.
Yeah. It is spring. And we changed the clock an hour in Europe.
Yes. Just for
right now
you guys
we should
in
be
the Americas, we are back to normal, sadly. I kind of dig the 5 and 8 hours instead of the 6 and 9.
It could be worse.
And all the mountain time and central time in between, obviously, but
I'm not even going to worry about that. Sit more in the middle. Right now I'm in the middle.
That's okay because the chat is over there.
Also, why are you wearing a black shirt with a dark couch? Now you're just a floating head.
Yeah, because then people don't see how fat I am. It is all...
Hey, guys.
So, Finn is attacking Kaz.
You
get kitty cam in a second.
As soon as I grab the camera, they're gonna stop fighting. I know it.
Teresa, yeah, I'm a goof, but people most of the time don't get me. Otherwise, I would have fun all the time and prank people and just be happy and funny and weird and quirky. You're not fat. Well,
I hope it works.
Well,
does it work?
It depends on the angle, you know.
Does it work?
I still need to lose like 15 to 20 kilos. Right now I am BMI-mäßig, that's German. When it comes to BMI, and I'm in the obese corner. Seriously, it's ridiculous. I know. Can you see the kitties fighting underneath me here? Let him fight so the people can see it. Let him fight. Come on. Fight, 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 fight. And guys, look at the beautiful sunset in the background.
Yeah.
If the cameraman actually holds it. Uh-oh. Are we? Oh, did he jump in it?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Tree fall, by the way.
Oh my god. Hey. Just move back a bit so we see a bit more.
I'm just holding it, making sure that the tree doesn't fall.
That's okay. Just walk towards Finn, he'll come down. Kitty fighting. Yay!
Make your bets.
Tree, Cass leaves, or Finn leaves? Write it in the chat. Those are the 3 options we have right now, as far as I can tell. Or both leave. This is so weird seeing myself. Well, maybe I should stand up a bit so you have a bit more of me. Now I'm not a floating head anymore, am I?
Okay.
Alright, so that was your entertainment for today.
Oh wow, that freeze frame is funny.
Which freeze frame? Oh, the kitties?
Yeah.
That's awesome. We should have that in big. That would be a cool thumbnail.
Okay.
Well, let's say like this, 15 kilos lighter, I'll feel better. That's like 30 pounds. So I know compared, obviously, but that's just, I want to feel that way and move that way. I will move differently, trust me. And I will feel differently, so... I know it because I've been there 4 years ago. Finn! Sorry, guys. That's a perfect freeze. Hi, Alan. Well, of course, I took it. I did a panorama shot, which I wasn't allowed to continue because he was like, come in. And Jurre took his first bath today, right?
Yeah.
How was it?
Wet, mostly.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay, I have to explain a little bit why. You've probably heard me in the vlog say that I'm not a big fan of baths because it's essentially just bathing in your own filth for like a half hour to an hour. And I'm not a fan of that.
Well, you could shower beforehand.
But that beats the entire purpose of a bath usually.
No, bath is also to relax your muscles.
I was like, We have a really nice tub to begin with. It's like fairly clean and fairly new, I think. And it's a decent size. Since I'm a fairly tall person, I was like, might as well try. And I floated Shamu style for a while in the bathtub before the stream.
Yeah. Ellen just said, didn't you lose weight after moving back from America? No, I did not. I've been going to the gym since we have been here, like half a year now.
Including, of course, being in the US also at the gym.
Yeah, I was at the gym in the US too, and I tried to lose weight. I'm mainly eating healthy. He's eating pizza. I sometimes
homemade pizza.
Homemade pizza right now.
That's better than...
No, but I'm eating the salads, the smoothies, the muesli, the whatever, all the good stuff, and I'm not losing weight. I'm going to the gym, and I'm not losing weight. So the only thing I can do is not going to the gym, eat healthy, and then don't have muscle. And
be slinky.
Yeah, but right now I'm at that point where I'm like, I'd rather lose the 15 kilos and build up muscle after that, because I'm so like upset that nothing is just going anywhere.
So before we continue, Teresa's saying in the chat, I'd love to, I would give everything to be able to soak in a tub. The problem is once you get down, I can't get up. That was a real problem that I had for like a full 10 seconds when I realized like, oh, it's not that easy to get out of a tub that is full with soap and water.
Well, that's why I just let the water out and then...
Well, that's what I did at first. I let it run half. I was like once it hits like halfway, the halfway point, it's no longer comfy to sit in because you're getting cold, of course.
Oh, that part is getting
No, just in general, like the top. I mean, you're sitting like, since I'm tall, like half my legs stick out as it is out of the water.
What's that?
Bad Ewok.
I didn't do anything.
And,
I was just asking what that is.
Yeah, it was a very interesting experience, I can tell you that.
Our shower is broken. I have a bath, then have a wash of the bath water with a tap and sponge away.
So you're going old school.
Yeah, I guess.
Basically how it was used to be done. Also, let's talk a little bit about what happened last week, or actually earlier this week. Which it kind of gave mainly me a big scare, but I fixed it, so that's the big outcome. No, you're not gonna check on your panorama photo.
I want to check on my panorama photo.
Maybe you should just have your phone charged more often instead of having it completely empty 5 minutes before the stream starts.
I was taking time lapse.
Yes.
For the people of the internet.
Aw, well, you're just gonna sit here and enjoy the stream with me.
Well, you talk about the...
No, back Ewok. Get back.
Why?
Get back.
Why?
Sit here.
No.
Come, sit here.
No.
Yes.
You're just poking me, it's the words.
Aww.
Talk about your scare.
Well, anyways, earlier this week, all of a sudden, we had a copyright strike on the account, which meant that a whole bunch of stuff all of a sudden got blocked off. We couldn't live stream, which luckily we're doing now, so that's the reason why I fixed it also. A whole bunch of other features got broken and doing stuff. What are you doing?
I'm trying to use the force to get to my phone.
Idiot. What else? Just a whole bunch of basic stuff that come natural, especially because we've been using YouTube for so long. I've never had to deal with a strike ever before, and the video that it was on was 3 years old, Bad Ewok.
I used the force of my butt. No!
Now making it worse, I shoved it further. But yeah, it was a copyright strike on a 3-year-old vlog, first of all. It was a video that I have been fighting the copyright claim on there. And the difference between a strike and a claim is a claim basically means that someone else says that it's their copyright or something in there, like music or video or both, and they get basically the revenue for the video. Now, we don't make that much money off that at all, so it's not a big issue for us when a claim comes on there. I can just delete a part of the video. In theory, I could delete the video entirely, but we've never done that so far. We've done the first thing a couple of times on videos that keep having recurring issues. A strike, on the other hand, is a little bit more severe. If you get 3 strikes on your YouTube channel, they delete the entire... What are you doing?
Entertaining the vlog.
They can't even see you.
They can! They can see my feet. Look, my feet are floating in my hands. Whee!
Okay.
I'm swimming. Crumple post.
That's okay.
What?
No, you don't care.
I do care, but I have heard the story of 4
That
million
doesn't.
times.
That doesn't matter. I feel a little bit disrespected.
I'm the bunny. No, I
Help
had
me out here,
nothing to
guys. Tell
drink.
her in the chat that she's being a bumhole. Because that's not going to help. I'm trying to explain for those who don't understand really what's going
Alright,
on.
keep explaining them.
Anyways, so 3 strikes means your channel is gone, removed on the spot. There's nothing you can do, nothing you can fix. You're just making the black part worse. You're just covering yourself with dark stuff. It's legitimately bothering me right now.
Why? I'm cold.
No, it's not. There are 3 hot lights on there. We're inside. It's spring. It's not cold. Stop complaining, Granny Sara.
Did you check if the camera is still outside? I might have forgotten it.
Yeah, just making sure. Okay, hopefully everything works.
Well, audio works.
Yeah, that's the most important part. Okay, let's see. If you guys compute refresh,
I think they see us already.
should work. I'm almost willing to update the description of the video to see if that works.
The spring.
A spring Nerdish live.
Okay.
Um,
What happened? The internet didn't
now
happen.
working. Yeah, so we got royally screwed over by either our provider or our provider in combination with our router that
Oh.
just decided to go from a decent speed connection to almost none. And I don't know why. That has happened a few times before, but not as bad as just happened like in the middle of nothing.
Yes.
I'm trying to read the name, but my brain is not going to work. Saskatwitz? Well, regardless, Saskas. Yes, there
Saskatwitz.
is a hiss, and we can't fix that, I think. Let's see how bad it is. No? I don't... Oh. I had unplugged everything.
That was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, there is a bad hiss. Better? Yes. Okay. Hopefully that fixed it.
There you go. Now you can read it.
Oh, Sega Spots. Okay, that makes it easier. Do you know what can help? Use capital letters in your name. But I don't think you can actually fix that. That's weird. Everything dies the second it works.
Sounds like life.
Yeah, kinda. Did you get to check your?
Yes, I did.
Of course you did.
It's a 180.
Instead of trying to help assess what went on, she decides to like say, "Hey,
No, I went to the router.
no, you pointed at the router, so like, hey, could you like check if it's...
No, I was standing next to the router and I was like, it looks good. I was just waiting for you to say restart.
While
It
holding
did
your
not.
phone, the first thing she reached for was her phone. The monster. Yeah, it looks fine. No, it looks...
It does not.
It's a webcam. It can't do much.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, before we got caught out, I was talking about the whole copyright strike problem. Well, it basically came down to the fact is that we were screwed over and you can't do anything normally. But since we're partnered with Fullscreen, regardless of your opinion of them, they have been helpful in the past for us at least. And we're a very tiny, small channel. And if you sit over here instead of at the edge of this frame, it makes it easier to see for other people. I have been writing for 4 or 5 days nonstop to different people with support, with a Universal Media Group who had the strike on the channel. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Fun was replaced by the word stress. But yeah, it worked in the end, and I fixed it like 2 days ago by just pure luck. Kind of, I got like the right person who was able to reach out to them on my behalf, and everything works.
Yay.
So hopefully, and the best thing of all is that the claim I've been fighting for the last 3 years, like off and on, because as soon as it would be released, they would just reclaim it again the same day. Basically, they released the video entirely. The only caveat is that I shouldn't reclaim the video as monetization, which at this point doesn't really matter. We're not relying on a video making us a bunch of money as some channels would have to fight for. But yeah, I'm just happy that it's got fixed. So little thank yous in order to the people who work at support, because those people kind of get the shitty end of the deal, even worse than us.
Well, they get paid for it.
Well, I mean, besides the fact that they get paid for it, they kind of have to
Ergo.
listen to all the crap that gets thrown at them, because it's always their fault that they can't do anything, which partially is true. They can't really do anything to a certain degree. But yeah, I didn't, of course, let that happen. Because there's one thing that I did refuse was to let it just like wait. Technically, we would have had 6 months of waiting time, and then the strike would be removed. Since it's just one strike, I believe it would be removed entirely, and it would reinstate all the features like live streaming and stuff. Which, by the way, in all honesty, I don't fully understand why they would block live streaming as a feature. Like, I understand that you like put an account on hold or under review, but to completely block off access to like kind of key features of most YouTubers' accounts makes no sense. But hey, that's just my opinion. Jace is in the chat. Hey, sorry I'm late. Well, you're not really late. You missed like 5 minutes of us frantically trying to fix whatever was broken.
Well, the chat was there, the video was not, so you didn't miss anything.
I wonder, let me know in the chat for those who are right now still in the chat who were there before. Did you just wait out and refresh, or did you just wait out and see if our video came back? Because on our side, when I
corporate terrorism, yeah.
get to connect back to YouTube again, it just picks up where it left. So I'm curious how the live stream edit is going to be on YouTube, because YouTube automatically fixes errors like dropouts and other things. So
thanks for waiting for us.
Yeah.
Video came back.
Okay,
Yeah, I figured.
cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think the cam wasn't on.
YouTube has been a lot better since they tried to actually focus on making live stream a better thing.
I bet with you he will fall off.
If I push him?
No. Cass sleeps on the edge of the sofa and sometimes he falls off. I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen it.
I've not
It's
seen him
hilarious,
fall off
but
yet.
I don't want to see it again. I don't know why he's not sleeping on the big part. Anyways.
Because he's a stubborn little kitty cat and he does whatever he wants.
Hi, Simon. What's for the UK? Why are you all late? Did you have a party on the island, or what
Yeah,
happened? Do we have to play Lost? I never finished Lost, by the way.
Okay. I never watched Lost. I know enough to not care.
Okay.
But yeah, I've never seen the Lost. It's one of those things like it was on TV at a time that I couldn't watch it, I think, on Friday nights.
You can change caps in names on YouTube, by the way.
Oh, look, she fixed it.
Yay!
That makes it easier to... I'm not kidding. That makes it so much easier to read because then
For
I
him.
know where I have to... Yeah, especially because I have... I don't want to say that I have dyslexia, but I have definitely a problem with reading words and then making those things work in my head and making words work. Because I don't do words that well a lot of times. Like I says, I was having my evening meal, roast chicken dinner.
Well, you can watch us while having food.
Yeah.
Well, then again, it's Easter, and so we don't know what you guys are
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
Thanks
Does the
for everybody who's here.
Does the UK do something special for Easter?
Like what?
I don't know, like something like more tradition-wise, like people do.
Take a chicken and put it on a cross? I don't think so.
I don't know what kind of weird.
Sorry.
I mean, I know like Dutchland and Germany have like the Christian aspect of it in certain types of certain parts of like
yeah.
villages and
I mean,
cities.
we still have the Easter bunny here. It's
Yeah.
hiding
Yeah.
normally
Eggs.
eggs and stuff, but
I
also
thought about that, but I was like,
no, please.
that's gonna be a very like fake, like
Nah.
plastic eggs. But that's
Well, we wanted to make a
I
video
would've-
last year with the kitties where we have the plastic eggs. I think
Yeah.
Jessica normally does that, or did
yeah,
that.
she did.
Where treats are in the eggs and you place them
Chase them
over.
around.
Yeah. But for the kitties, they can't really open them because they would just kick them around.
They would
so-
just play with one egg,
And then-
like weeks from now, I will still find eggs like randomly like around the house.
I mean, when I was a kid, we always went to my grandparents, and they had a bigger garden, not as huge as ours, but it was a big
Yeah.
garden, and they just also hit not only eggs and chocolate, but they also hit like bigger presents, whatever. Not like a pony or something, but yeah, it was always fun because it was like a little Christmas.
Jason asked in the chat, so when are you going back to language classes? I'm not sure we mentioned that in the vlogs, the actual date, but technically I'm going back on Tuesday. Luckily this time it's not morning because screw that. It's from 1 to
Well,
5, so that's nice.
The thing is, she asked what's a good time, and I
Did
was like,
not.
he doesn't want to go in the morning, so I just say afternoon, and she's like, that's perfect, we just have a start. If only morning would have worked, we would not have one, so...
Ah, shit, I would have said morning then.
Yeah, see, that's why I
But
didn't
here's the
tell
thing.
you.
Here's the thing, I'm not going to screw myself over
No.
twice. Like, okay, either I'm going...
Did you behave this time? Don't be a dick.
I will try. If I feel cheated... Or
That's not the point.
no, if I feel
you just have to
being-
go there.
no, that's not how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
If I have to spend 4
Just show
hours
up.
there per week, per day,
Per day. You
4 or
just
5
show
days a
up,
week, I'm not
sit
gonna...
there and leave. You don't even
Nah.
have to participate.
No, actually you do.
Don't, yeah, but don't be a dick.
You actually have to participate.
If
but
you get kicked out, we don't. Ugh.
if I get
No,
kicked
man.
out, then it's not my problem. I have a very valid reason why. And I said that last time.
That doesn't matter. That's just doesn't
I can't take
help
people
us.
seriously if they refuse to actually teach me something properly. Well, either way,
my God.
I'm supposed to go back on Tuesday to see like what level I'm at this time. It's not changed that much because I don't
It's not,
need
it's
German.
not for the level. You're already in the class.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's like
saying.
last time.
Yeah.
It's no evaluation or whatever.
But yeah, I it's fairly like situational the what I can understand
Hey,
and speak.
Andrew.
So
What the hell is Englishman in San Diego? Is that a show or a movie? I've not heard
I
of it.
don't know
but
either.
it sounds like a show.
is German as bad as Spanish when it comes to conjuncting?
Worse.
That's not a real word, right?
Yeah.
Con.
Konjugieren is the German word.
Okay.
You have the same word in Dutch as swear.
I don't know. I don't know German. Well, with any language, it's like it's
We
hard to
have-
explain how English works because I learned it so young, and I've only become better at it since
So-
the last 10 years.
Giving you an example, article like the is der, male, die, female, das, neutral. All right.
Object.
Yeah. So das Haus would be neutral. The house, das. Die Frau, the woman. Die Frau is female, obviously. Und der Mann, the man is
Does it
male. So
work-
you have three
Does
for
it
one word
does it
already.
work in German?
And
If
if-
you look at an object, because for you it's a very normal thing, but if I look at that lamp, is that a male or a female object, or is it?
No, it's a female object.
Why is it a female object? Do you know?
No.
Would you be able to give a reason why?
No, maybe because of the E at the end. I know that in French, if there's the E or double L and a E or stuff like that, you can tell. Like baguette, it's female because there's a double T and an E at the end. But besides that, in German, I just go by what I know.
Okay. See, that's the hard part about
so
it.
that's just articles. And for the verbs, yes, we have it per person. So ich gehe, I'm going. Du gehst, geht, sie gehen, wir gehen, ihr geht. So
that's fairly similar to Dutch.
Yeah, but every person, like
has
you, he, she, it, we, you, they, have a different thing. And then we have the German thing where I can talk, for example, to him, would say you, du. And if it's my boss, you still say you in English, but in German we say sie, which is a very formal thing to do, which is complicated. So I think we are even a step further than Spanish, because there are like articles like, no, that's Italian, French, whatever. I think there are less than in German. I think we have more. And
yeah, absolutely. No, I know the first for a fact that German is a lot harder than.
And then we have stuff like wer, wen, wo, was, stuff where you already have to adjust things. I think German is actually probably to learn really complicated if you really want to do the grammar right.
Yeah.
But to learn it, I would just be here, listen, and for him it shouldn't be a problem because they have similar things.
Here's the thing: like, there's so many words that are similar that, in, like I said, like I keep saying, like in context, I can make out what's going on, but as soon as someone speaks with a dialect or like a heavier dialect, or if someone uses words that are either really long or have nothing in common with any words that I know in other languages, then yeah, I just goes over my head. It just is too much for me. But yeah, we're also talking to someone to see if I can do some work, which would make the class thing go away, hopefully. Basically, I'm doing some photography, graphics, video stuff.
Yeah, well,
which
I will
would be
be
nice.
doing the website and stuff, so all the work is mainly on me again. But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
No, you can do all the other stuff.
No, it's okay.
If you do the social media and the photos and the videos, if I don't have to look for that, that's cool. Then I only have to do the website. We'll see.
If you're homeless... Huh?
If your homies dig your word, it's all gravy.
That's weird. I don't know. Oh, it's British slang. Okay. I was like, what the hell? It didn't make sense.
Did you see who's writing it?
Yeah, I was reading it before I saw it. What else? Of course, the Belgian bombings happened. We talked about that.
There's a question how the kitties are doing in Germany.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that later. But yeah, the kitties are doing fine.
We already showed them fighting.
Yeah, if you watch the vlogs on a regular basis, then you should pretty much see them every other video at least.
Test 4 was a bit weird in between.
I'm surprised that they are dealing quite well. But also because they're indoor cats, they don't really see much else other than where they are. They have had some funny moments with like your mom's cats, with Nero and Xena.
I think that's just stressed them out. First we were at my dad's and they were limited to one room. No, they were limited to one room. They used to be in a whole house.
Yeah.
And then they were with my mom's and little one just couldn't deal with Nero. Yeah, I think they appreciate that they're alone here and that they have space to walk around. And they like especially Finn likes sitting in the windows and just looking outside.
I guess because he gets to see more this time.
Yeah. It was also pretty dark in our old house. I mean,
we used to have the cat trees, even in this place, because that's just how it is set up. We used to have one cat tree in front of the window so they could sit and look out. At this, again, now we have the long one, so that's even better, so they can actually look over the entire area.
They just like sitting in the windows, looking outside, and lying in the windows because it's nice and warm. We did not have that in America, so I think they actually dig this flat.
Mainly because we are on the third floor. We're on the third floor. It's kind of difficult because in the US they change the floor level, I think, with Europe. We're on the third floor, so there's nothing really happening that can look inside,
Yep.
regardless of what we're doing. If we're just sitting on the couch, I don't like having open windows and people like neighbors and stuff like being all nosy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why in the U.S. we kept the blinds more or less like half closed and the curtain in front of it because also
Yeah, but even then it was not very bright.
Yeah, even then,
I
yeah.
don't know why it was just not placed correctly.
It was just like a weird angle
Yeah.
of the sun. But yeah, it's okay so far.
I think we have a lot of viewers actually from Seattle, so
That's kind of
Right.
funny.
Still trying to get to Seattle, but
Yeah.
we'll see. What's that? Didn't Cass get along with Nora when you were at your mom's house? Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. After a while, they tend to just accept their fate, but I don't think that they're really happy being... They weren't happy being there now because they would just sit in the same spot and you'd hear like a random sound once in a while if you were there. You're like, oh, I guess they don't like seeing each other. It's more or less because they're not used to each other. It's kind of funny that Cass and Finn together, no problems whatsoever, but as soon as other animals or cats are involved, Cass doesn't know how to react, and he even starts being a little bit of a dick to Finn being around him. So that's very interesting. But as soon as you take the other elements out, they're best friends again.
Teresa, yeah, I'm trying to. My problem with the Instagram thing is because I'm not very. How can I explain that? I'm doing a lot of raw stuff or just fruits and granola or whatever or muesli stuff like that. So I'm like, damn it, what do I do? So I have to start decorating my food. Sometimes the smoothie is just ugly brown, and I'm like, eh. So it's I'm kind of missing that I don't have a full kitchen, especially for that. And if I actually could do like recipe videos, I mean, I could do it. I've seen people actually do it with a small kitchen and stuff like that. But we don't have the money so that I can actually buy all ingredients I need. Plus, it doesn't fit in my diet right now, and he doesn't eat it. So
that's the biggest thing. Like, it's cool to make stuff. Like if you see all those cooking channels on YouTube, for instance, I would assume that if they make something, they actually eat it afterwards because it would be kind of a shitty thing to make a bunch of really tasty food, and it's like fuck it. Throw it away. I think
most of the channels, they do have people who actually film, cut, whatever. So it's more than one two people. Like
I believe
the Instagram
there's one channel that makes like cupcake style stuff. It's very sugary and very like heavy when you eat it after a while. So I think that she said like I don't know how to do this, so I just make stuff and I just give it away to anyone that wants a bit. But yeah, that's mainly how that goes. And it kind of sucks that I don't eat those things, even though I like how they smell or how they look. Because in all honesty, the food looks great. It's just that I know how it ends up on the floor if I try to consume it.
I as impressed as I am that Doctor Who Series 10 is pushed to 2017. Are you still big fans of the show?
Absolutely.
We did actually catch up over Christmas.
Over Christmas.
Yeah.
We
were behind.
We had to watch one season, like one half of the season, and the Christmas episodes, and we were caught up. It kind of sucks, but here's the thing.
It's okay. We watch a lot of other things, and they are swapping Moffat and the Doctor. So
yeah, so that's going to be a very interesting. I'm curious how they're going to pick that up. The big thing also is that I don't like to watch episodes once a week. I like to binge watch stuff.
Don't we all?
I'm definitely someone that... Well, the biggest reason is because in the past, all the good stuff was on Friday evening. And for the majority of my youth, from being 12, I think, from being 12, I played music with U-Ball or Young U-Ball on the weekends and on Friday nights, so I couldn't actually see anything. And that was before the internet was such a big thing, or Netflix existed, so you could actually easily access those things. But yeah, I definitely, I'm the biggest person for binge watching.
Rick and Morty season.
I'm also excited for Rick and Morty season 3.
I'm excited for Once Upon a Time, which started like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's the second part of the season. But it's almost like a new season. But he says it's just like watching 1 or 2 episodes and then wait another week. It just sucks.
Well, technically, Netflix didn't invent the binge watching. They just made it very accessible.
Oh yeah.
Especially because when Netflix started out, they just bought a whole bunch of series, usually not even the entire library of that particular thing, and you were able to watch everything at once.
No,
I
for,
think
for us,
there's
in-
1 or 2
What?
seasons of shows that are now being broadcast every single week. Better Call Saul is
Yeah.
one of those that they release an
yeah,
episode
and
a week.
Shadowhunter.
And Shadowhunter, yeah. And I'm curious what they will do with Kimmy Schmidt when it launches next month.
Daredevil, for example, is on there in one go. We haven't seen season 2 yet.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. The first one was a bit slow. I mean, it was shot that way, but it was a bit slow.
Yeah. No, it was okay.
I mean, it was okay, but it was slow. Wait, so
I'm
in
curious
the
for
past,
Daredevil.
we didn't have access to like the original. It was always dubbed, so we couldn't watch any series in English. What happened was they were obviously illegally shared. I never downloaded anything, but they appeared. I'm not saying I did download
Here's
them,
the funny
but
part.
they appeared. So
No, here's the thing. She actually doesn't know how to illegally
no, I don't know
obtain.
how to use a torrent. I
She
don't.
knows what a torrent is, but
I
she
know
does,
what a torrent is.
and she knows when.
I would know how to Google a torrent, but I don't know how to.
You know, actually,
download.
it's gotten
No,
a lot harder to
seriously.
get your hands on some decent torrents, and
So-
admittingly, some TV shows in the past I have had to.
No, anyways, what
But-
happened when the guys always went to LAN parties or whatever and shared
Oh,
the
yeah.
gigabytes of
Yep, same for
series
us.
and stuff.
It was
So-
in my case. I went to school with geeks and nerds. We shared anime shows.
Yeah, obviously porn
I think
too.
that's how I got. I watched the majority of Bleach up till
No,
3
that's
years
how
ago,
that-
and Gundam Wing, which is
Yeah.
still. I think that actually released on DVD box set, so I'm trying to see if I can get my hands on that because I love that series. It's so good.
Teresa wants to see Game of Thrones, but it's not available on Netflix. Yeah, HBO won't give it to them. I
That's
doubt it.
here's the thing: if they don't make it an easy way to watch it,
Mm-hmm.
then in my opinion, all bets are off, and you should be able to get your hands on it through
Yeah.
other means. Because I have no problem paying for content. We actually prefer that because you actually know that you get the support for it and stuff. I mean, I've used software for instance in the past that I just didn't know how to get my hands on because some websites only allow credit cards. Europeans don't really have credit cards, so it was like, I need to use this at least once, so I guess this is just how my life is gonna be. Yo ho, I'm a pirate. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the whole. We had the discussion last week that
Well, anime you also can.
you're only hurting
watch
the
on
people
Crunchyroll.
making that stuff.
So yeah. I wanted to finish my story
Oh,
from
yeah, go
earlier, which was basically I remember the first thing I did binge watch before, probably Gilmore Girls and 6 Feet Under, whatever. But the real weekend I spent on binge watching was Heroes back then. It was season 1 to 3 or something, or 1 and 2, and that's just the whole weekend. And every season has 24 hours of footage, basically. Okay,
Yeah.
42 minutes is a bit less than 24 hours, obviously, but yeah, that was a long weekend. Basically, no sleep and caught up. Then, one second, Shadowhunters. Yeah, I started. I was really like, oh my god, that's cool. It's a mix out of Buffy and meets blah blah meets blah blah is cool. And then I think in episode 3 I was like, all of a sudden it turned and I was like, so I haven't finished that.
Yeah.
And Ellen was talking about, one second,
No, I have. Yeah.
Buffy. Yeah, see.
Seen every episode, but I saw it in the
I've-
original
I've-
language,
yeah.
and when it aired, I think also.
I've seen it in German and I loved it back then.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like the Matrix.
Matrix. Wow,
That's German,
Lovely
sorry.
German.
Fuck off.
I know exactly when you're thinking German because I even know when you say certain words just completely different, like Matrix.
I always have the problem with
Yeah, I know.
Matrix.
Yeah, Matrix.
Matrix, right?
I don't even
So,
know any different.
When I
words.
saw that, it was like, oh my god, so awesome. If I would watch it now, it would be meh. It's like MacGyver in the 80s was just awesome. If I would watch it now, I'm like, oh god, I can't watch it. It's the same
for
with
instance,
Buffy.
I'm not trying to watch the last 2 seasons of MythBusters. I used to watch it on the Discovery Channel all the time. They kind of took it off the Discovery Channel now, and since it wrapped up, I was like, oh, I have not been able to watch anything as of late. Oh, I hope we're still live.
Yeah.
I hope we're still live. I hope we're still live.
No, Crunchyroll actually is subscription. But
no,
there are plugins.
No, it is free, but it is very, very heavy on the ad part of everything. You get like so many ads.
But you need an account for it.
Yeah, but you can. I've logged in on free, but it's not worth. They really push you to the subscription part of it because it's annoying. Like for those who complain about YouTube having the ads sometimes, at least you can able to click them away because 90% of the ads are 5-second clips or 20-second clips.
They're really making a remake of MacGyver? That's awesome.
Oh, I hope not.
Oh my god.
It can
I
only go
love
bad.
MacGyver. Alright, I'm for those who are actually following me on Instagram and stuff, I'm slightly obsessed with Star Wars right now.
Slightly, you broke a broomstick.
And
I'm not sure what you broke with the broomstick.
no, I think I hit
And
the desk.
I'm going to
First the kids were the kiddies were trying to catch the broomstick, so I tried not to hit them, but
yeah.
they disappeared very quickly. So I'm trying to do basically if you would do it normal, it would be like 2 figure eights on both sides.
Yeah.
But it's
that
called
stupid thing
Obiani, so one goes on the side and the second
There's
eight
like-
goes behind, and then you go over, and then you twist it over the head. So if you
There's
want to
this-
see my progress, just go to Instagram.com/deliriumreal.
And make sure to comment on the fact that she's probably breaking some stuff and trying to fix it before I see it. Or she just straight up throws it away in the hopes that I will never even notice it's gone.
That would be the first time.
Second Spots says, I tried rewatching The A-Team and Knight
no,
Rider
that's
too.
just bad.
I loved them back in the day, which I've seen most of the episodes in the back in the day.
Yeah.
But I couldn't enjoy them in the same way. Actually, I was talking about that a while back on the live stream as well, that I was watching The X-Files, the original series, when I had access on that on Netflix. I believe they're still in the US service, but there's no way for that to be accessed on the PlayStation, for instance. So I watched 4 seasons, I think, or 3.5. But the problem is, it's shot in the old square format, which I'm not sure if the Netflix version had the HD size. There are things in screen that shouldn't be in there because they weren't meant to be in there to begin with. Like you can see camera stands and you can see like actual crew members in the side. Like that's not supposed to be there. But the biggest problem I have with it is that it's an early 80s, 90s show that is crazy, crazy dark. It's the opposite of what a lot of shows are now, that they're very bright and crisp. X-Files. It's so hard to watch.
It is.
It's a really good series, but it's so hard to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
The movies are good.
Yeah.
From the aspect of them not being super dark and hard to see. It brings part of the mystique with it, I know, but man, I just got... I hated it so much.
X-Files was on German TV, obviously, like 1 or 2 years later because of the dubbing. That just takes time. And I was playing tennis at that time in a team, and one of the girls, she was 1 or 2 years older than me. She was a huge fan. For me, it was sometimes a bit... I just didn't really know it. It was on like 9 o'clock in the evening, so my parents wouldn't let me watch that, especially with my smaller brother. The episodes I saw were just so dark, so instead I was watching Star Trek and stuff. Talking about Star Trek, so I used to be part of the Star Trek lecture, helped them out, whatever, went to conventions with them. And one of the conventions, sorry, I won't touch it again, is FedCon in Bonn, and that's basically a Federation convention. And it's, I'm not even sure if it's the biggest in Europe, just Star Trek. So the guys from the Star Trek lecture were like, hey, you're in Germany, are you coming? So I'm like, I don't know, the tickets are really expensive, I don't have the money, so I'm just trying to get press tickets or whatever. And I was like, I'm so into Star Wars right now, I want to make a costume, but I don't want to go as Star Trek. I love Star Trek, but I'm working on Star Wars anyways, and they're like, that's fine. We have a huge ass Whovian. They had like 120 Whovians last year.
I mean,
that was a crew shot. They sent me a picture
stuff,
earlier.
So I guess they don't mind.
Yeah, but it used to be Star Trek, and if you think about Star Wars is in a galaxy far, far away, it might as well just in a galaxy that has never collided with Star Trek. You know, could be coexisting. You don't know. So yeah, maybe. I don't know yet. It's on Pfingsten. Do you guys know what Pfingsten is? What is the actual word? Pfingsten. It's basically the next big religious event after Easter.
I'm trying to think of it because the only word I know is Pinkster, which is the Dutch word.
I think there's
for
also
that.
like Palm Sunday.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Is it next month?
Oh wait. Yeah, it's like
next month.
It's like between Carnival, like Fasching, Fastnet, and Easter. It's 40 days, the fastening time, and then I think it's another 40 days or something. Sorry.
Yeah, so basically that
stuff.
holiday is like a week usually for school children.
I know that.
Yep. So if you guys know what it would be, helps out. Like we can Google it, but it's too easy.
The weird thing is, for example, Star Trek, besides like the new movies and the one with the whales, which is 4. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't like the movies.
Yeah.
I do like the new ones, and I'm excited for the new one in July. But besides that, I love the series more. Star Wars, I only know the movies. I love the movies mainly. That's another thing. I probably wouldn't watch like 4, 5, and 6. Because they're so old now, we're just used to better.
That's the same problem that I have.
Special effects and stuff. But I want to watch them in English because I've only seen them in German. So yeah, I think I will do a marathon and just sleep through it.
Yeah, that's usually how most of the watching thing goes.
And the thing is, I know there are like comic series and whatever, and comics itself and stuff. There's so much like big stuff around Star Wars. But I think Star Trek has just so many real like series. Don't get me wrong. I know there's like clones and whatever in Star Wars, but I feel like there are like more legit, complete series in Star Trek.
True.
Sorry, little note out.
Aridajet says in the chat, "Are you talking about Passover?" I think that sounds familiar, but I don't know if that is what it is.
Yeah, it sounds Jewish to me when someone says Passover. But
why does it sound Jewish? I'm just curious because that makes me look like big and like certain things just boggle my mind. Like how?
It's just like it sounds like a Jewish holiday to me.
Passover.
But it can't be.
Now I would love to be able to do like a Mort from Family Guy impression, but I can't. I'm too bad at that.
I'll check the link on Twitter, Teresa. I will later.
Maybe when the stream cuts out again, you get the chance.
Why do you say bye? Are you leaving?
Yeah, I think so.
Where are the kitties? One is sleeping there, and the other one is being a bit.
Derek says in the chat, Justin from walking the dog. Did I miss much? Kinda. Kinda. Ariadne says in the chat that she actually think it is Jewish. I don't think so because Pfingster is celebrated.
No. If Passover is a Jewish holiday, it's not Pfingsten because Pfingsten is connected to Jesus.
Yeah, the Jews are definitely connected to Jesus.
Is it?
Oh, absolutely they are.
Wait, no.
Yes, they are.
No. Pfingsten is not no, wait. Easter is when he got killed and resurrected. So it's Jesus. How do we say that? Jesus skyrocketing day? No, I can't remember.
Jesus skyrocketing day. If I would actually edit these things to make them compressed and like highlighting, this would be one of those things that would have like Jesus rocketeering day. I almost feel compelled.
What's Pfingsten? Is that?
I don't know.
Oh God,
I've been out of
the church for so long.
Because it's one of those things that it doesn't matter.
All right. Let me see.
No, get back.
Wait.
Get back. We'll look it up later. And
now we're talking about.
We'll feel stupid about it in the chat in the meantime.
Hey, cat.
So what did we do for Easter?
Made your pizza.
We made pizza a lot. Like we
I
made,
looked
I
at
think we made like
a colored egg.
we made like 3 pizzas over the last few
Oh,
days.
and I destroyed a broomstick because I was doing this the
Yeah.
whole time.
So
Which you can see on Instagram.
actually, it's
Go
kind
to
of
my Instagram.
yeah,
It
it's
should
kind
be
of
maybe
funny.
in the description.
it's kind of funny seeing how the pizzas actually turn out. There's like
I'm surprised how well I'm doing with a broomstick.
yeah, that's true. Now here's the thing: like I have a very very distinct preference for pizzas, cheese pizzas. Let's be clear. And making your own pizza is not easy. Actually, it's like in order to get like a good amount of flavor and stuff in it, it takes a lot more effort than you think it actually does. And I don't like tomato sauce in volume, so I really only like it to have like a slight flavor of it when it's in there. So I like the minimal amount, and we had a whole bunch of herbs and spices and things in order to make it taste more like the. And I always keep talk about my Domino's pizza, but yeah, it's kind of the closest thing that we're trying to achieve.
All right, Kat. Yeah, that's what I said. Basically, dying on Friday, getting resurrected on Sunday. That's basically what people do when they get drunk, and then they go through the Saturday, and then they might survive and get back up on Sunday. No, never mind. Sorry for those who are Christian. Used to be, had to. I don't know. But there is another like holiday called Christi Himmelfahrt, which is Jesus' sky drive technically, but we use normally a. Anyways, so what I was looking for is the holiday, not the holiday, but the weekend that is like I think 40 days again after Easter, and I think that's when maybe Maria was sitting on a donkey riding through the city. Is it that one? I don't know. I can't remember. My brain is like mush right now.
Yeah, and,
I probably hit myself with a broomstick a couple of times.
Trinity asked in the chat if you're Christian. No.
Not really.
Not really. The thing is,
Well,
the reason why a lot of those things come very natural to us is when you're going to school, you celebrate those things. Those are like little mile markers throughout the school year. Like, oh, it's getting Easter now. At least you get like a basic education on like what the thing is.
No, the thing is, in Germany, at least when I was in school, you had to have religion as a subject. So
well, in my case, I went to a public school.
Yeah,
I was
in a public school.
and we have like a non-religious.
No, in
school,
Germany it's just like it doesn't matter which school you're going to. You have religion.
Nope.
So at least in the like elementary school, you have the choice. You have Protestant or Catholic. That's it.
So for regular people who try to understand, it's Protestant and Catholic.
Fuck off. Maybe nowadays you also have Muslim or something. When you are in higher education.
I would assume that you can get those. Yeah.
No, not when I was in school.
No, because they were not common.
Now in higher education, you then had to choose between Protestant, Catholic.
Oh, I know what you're trying to say.
And
he ascended to heaven instead of
Yes.
rocketeering day.
That's how we call it if you literally translate it.
No, ascension.
I know it's ascension.
I'm reading the chat. I was like, that's the word I was thinking of. But with the rocketeering, I was like,
But
was he an astronaut?
the thing is, that's how our holiday is called.
It's a badass holiday. Don't get me wrong. It sounds ridiculous, but it sounds really cool.
Christi Himmelfahrt, Himmel, sky.
That word is straight up ascension.
No.
Hemelvaart in Dutch is literally heaven ascension. Directly translated.
Vaart is normally driving.
Yeah, but in the
That's
context,
what I'm saying.
it means
Literally, yeah, but literally translated. It's a joke.
Hemelvaart. Yeah. Okay.
It's a joke.
Regardless,
Anyways,
rocketeering is ridiculous.
So you could choose, but my parents obviously laid the path, and church never treated me well. They were always assholes. Sorry, they just screwed it over, so that ship has sailed for me. I believe in universe and karma and whatever, but
Yeah.
Bible, a book full of stories. You know how news work today. Someone influences what information you get fed, and imagine you have a book that's full of stories which thousands of people wrote, like
over
thousands
time.
of years ago, and that were mistranslated over the time.
Oh, absolutely. Also, stories
know.
tend to be a little bit more glorified than.
Plus, you know what
things.
happened in the Middle Ages? So
No, I'm not. That's the thing. Like like Sing 4, you always have like King dot 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 the blah blah blah. They just made up a whole like storyline to make him seem, or her, and usually it was a him if it's a king, make more interesting than he really was. Like for instance, Tutankhamun was just diseased and inbred beyond, but he seems like a really cool guy. As in, like, cool part. Not him being a cool person. You know what I mean.
bye, AA.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up the stream because we've been streaming for a little bit
40
longer.
days from now is Mother's Day. Alright. Well, wait. Okay, that's the thing. For example...
It depends on where you are because
Yeah.
the UK celebrates differently. And the US.
Yeah, we in the US are the same on Mother's Day.
Okay.
We are different when it comes to summertime, wintertime. It's so ridiculous. It's always like, who do we
I'm legitimately thinking that part of it is that in the US, when it comes to where the majority of immigrants came from, like, oh, we'll take this aspect because these people have more say in it. Wouldn't surprise me if, like, because the farmer thing,
You know,
that's the reason why daylight saving exists.
Yeah, you know why I'm surprised. We do have the only thing we have in common is time.
Yeah.
Time is always 60 minutes, 60 seconds, 24 hours, 365 days plus that one day, every 4 years. But besides that, measurements are different. Liter, ounce, whatever, meters, yards, feet. My foot is shorter than yours.
True. That is definitely true.
Stones. Small stone, big stone, you know. So.
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to share?
I mean, okay, don't get me wrong, religion in some aspects is good, like teaching good and bad,
I have
blah, like morals.
I have no
some
problem
sort of.
with it, as long as it's used as a tool to understand how to be a decent person.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It also has to do with karma. For example, if I would steal from another person, people would probably steal from me. That's karma. It's the same like don't do anything to another person that you don't want to have done to yourself. It's like
don't
Bible
be a dick.
and karma. It's just differently laid out.
Yeah, don't be a dick, and people won't be a dick to you. At least less.
And if you're nice, you probably get nice things back.
True.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that we could round up the stream for what it is for this week. Well, I mean, we've been streaming already longer than normal, and it's been an hour
Okay, daylight
plus.
savings wasn't for farmers; it was for factory workers.
No, it was for farmers.
Well, maybe
In order to be able to get more daylight when they're working throughout summer.
I think so too, at least in Europe.
No, that's 100% what a European reason is.
It might be in the US.
It might be that in the US that there was an additional reason, but it's 100% farmers being able to use more daylight in order to work longer on the fields.
Plus,
when there wasn't electricity to be
plus if it's like earlier.
Unless I'm completely mistaken and
the thing is, if
the
it's
Dutch
earlier,
education system has failed me.
On a farm, you get up earlier.
True.
You get up with the sunlight, so if you wouldn't swap time, you would probably get up at 3:30 at some point.
Also, because in the summer there's more sunlight in daytime length in general. That's because we're closer to the sun or something.
Yeah.
In the curve of that particular month.
I know.
So it's interesting. But other than that, thank you guys for joining us this week. Make sure to stick around because we do the post chat like we've done the last 2 weeks. So far, they seem to be kind of fun. You guys get the chance to hang out a little bit longer and actually type to us so we can actually respond properly. We're still trying to figure out this German keyboard hooked up to a Mac with English layout, so some keys don't always work. So if you see like misspelled letters and words, it's just because we were trying to make these things work.
Ellen said, I thought Germany and Britain started for a different reason. We can look it up.
No, I think it's one of those things usually that happens like, oh, we're going to be cool and we're going to join this thing, but we don't really know why.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's definitely because of the farmer situation.
You farm?
Teresa says in the chat, lol, the Dutch...
What do you farm? Tulips?
No, we...
Stroopwafels?
No, stroopwafels are not being...
Stroopwafels?
No, we have, like, stuff.
Tomatoes in those glass houses?
Oh, yeah, you mean, yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, that's like we have a lot of...
Cows?
We have
Underwater
potatoes.
cows?
We have potatoes.
I don't think they are from your country. You're underwater. How can you grow potatoes? They need to be in the soil.
We grow
Your
seaweed.
soil is... yeah, right.
We breed hippos and sea lions. The major export is penguins, actually. Because they come from water. I'm just kidding, guys. Either
I think
way...
your main export is fish.
That is not that... That and flowers. Tulips, it sounds stupid, but flowers is
No, I think your major thing is cheese, tulips.
Cheese, flowers, and since we have... we are like 99% water connected. Most of the
I
country.
actually never get Dutch fish here.
Herring. That's one of those things that is fairly popular, but everything that is like in the North Sea.
Are we that yet? That's what I mean. Farmers work by the sun, not by the clock, but...
Farmers are also assholes and they make people stay up later.
But if you don't switch the time, they get up at 3:30, so if you switch the time, they actually get up at 4:30.
Also keep in mind that it's modern times now, so they kind of have to work by clock. It's kind of how that works.
3:30? Whatever.
Regardless, it doesn't matter. Thank you guys for joining us this week. If you want to hang around, make sure
Dutch
to...
chocolate?
From milk, but it's not like Milka.
No.
We have like
Belgium chocolate.
Ooh, really good.
Good. Like Swiss chocolate.
If you want to hang around, make sure to do that. We'll be chatting like for 10-15 minutes, depending on like how like stuff kind of works.
We can talk about science next time. Like,
cow.
Is this... Which one is offensive? This one is offensive in the UK, right?
Yeah, this one is...
And this is kawaii in Japan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's because America...
And which one is victory? This side or this side? This side, right?
That side.
That side?
Should be, because this is still the offensive one.
Oh, right.
This one doesn't change.
This one doesn't
like
change?
A bunch of... I would love to like have a bunch of the British people like, what the are you doing? Stop flipping me off! Yeah.
Right.
Okay, last attempt. Make sure to stick around if you want to talk to us for like 10-15 minutes. We do. Otherwise, we're going to wrap up the stream slowly. After that, we'll let you know in the chat.
You make awesome bacon?
Probably.
Since when?
I don't make bacon, but there's probably awesome
Germans
bacon.
make awesome bacon, the Schwarzwälder.
You guys make a lot of sausages.
The Black Forest bacon is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and we are sausage king. By the way, our barbecue season apparently is in full swing because Aldi has...
There was one day of sunlight on the 21st, and they were like, my God, we have to bring out the sausages. And they have a lot of them.
Alan, dude, which one? This one?
Stop flipping them off. Like, yeah, now you're doing it on purpose.
Kawaii.
I'm just waiting for another like offensive strike on the channel. I don't know how to fix that. I just have to say like she's German. She doesn't know any better.
No, I don't know.
I'm already happy that she's not like making the shower into a gas chamber. So let's just make that just a good positive thing.
How far are you from Bressel-Court?
Really far right now.
5,000, 3,000 miles? I don't know. We used to be 2 hours.
Yeah.
I wish we could go back soon.
Would be nice.
Oh.
Okay, guys, we'll see you
hanging
guys next week. Otherwise, make sure to check out the vlogs.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yay!